Presidential Activity, January 2019. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi phoned the U.S. President Donald Trump and discussed the latest developments in the Middle East, as well as means of enhancing bilateral relations. President Sisi met with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Petroleum Tariq al-Mullah and directed pursuing accomplishments of 2018 in the field of providing residential units and new cities with natural gas. During his meeting with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Higher Education Khalid Abdel Ghaffar, the President directed to consistently exert efforts to promote the higher education sector and improve the academic level of the Egyptian universities and institutes. President Sisi received the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and made it clear during their meeting that the Palestinian issue is a top priority in Egypt's foreign policy, underlining the strength of the historical relations between the two countries. During his meeting with the first assistant to the Sudanese President, Mohammed al-Hassan al-Mirghani, President Sisi affirmed Egypt's full support for the security and stability of Sudan, which is an integral part of the Egyptian national security. President Sisi received the Tunisian Foreign Minister Khamis el-Jehnawi. They discussed strengthening cooperation in various fields, especially facilitating trade exchange and increasing the volume of intra-investments. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi phoned the Emir of the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, to discuss means of enhancing bilateral relations and the latest developments at the Arab and regional levels. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi inaugurated Al-Fattah al-Ali Mosque and the Nativity of Jesus Christ Cathedral in conjunction with the Christmas Mass, in an Egyptian message to the whole world that Egypt's power lies in its national unity. President Sisi met with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Electricity Mohammed Shaker, where he reviewed steps of the comprehensive development of transmission and distribution networks and control centers of the national electricity network all over the Republic. During his meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and the head of Small and Medium Projects Agency, Nivin Gama, the President highlighted the growing concern of the state for this sector, which plays a pivotal development role and provides considerable job opportunities. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received Director General of the Greek National Intelligence Service, Yanis Ropatis. He spotlighted the necessity of enhancing cooperation in various fields. They also displayed a number of files of common concern. During his meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Sisi voiced out Egypt's aspiration to maximize coordination and consultation with the United States of America on various political and security issues of common concern. President Sisi met with the governor of the New Valley, Major General Mohammed Zamallout, as well as a number of executive and popular leaderships to review the most prominent infrastructure achievements in the New Valley since 2014. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived in the Jordanian capital, Amman, and held talks with the Jordanian King Abdullah II on ways to enhance bilateral relations. Following were extended discussions including the delegations of both countries and attended by the Crown Prince of Jordan, Prince Al-Hussein bin Abdullah II, where Sisi hailed the distinguished relations between Egypt and Jordan. The talks also touched on the regional and international developments. President Sisi received the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, and praised the cooperation between Egypt and the agency, appreciating its efforts at the international level in view of worsening refugee crisis. President Sisi held a meeting with the Development Committee of Al-Muntaza area of Alexandria Governorate, during which he directed the pursuance of comprehensive development of the area. During his meeting with the Minister of Tourism, Dr. Rania Al-Mashat, Sisi directed sustainable tourism development through the formulation and implementation of structural reforms to increase the competitiveness of the Egyptian tourism sector. During a meeting with a special representative of the Chinese president and member of the political bureau of the Central Committee of the Communist Party, Yang Jiechi, President Sisi expressed his aspiration to reach more direct investment rates for China in Egypt and to increase the volume of trade exchange between the two countries. During his meeting with the executive chairman of the Italian oil company Eni, Claudio Descalzi, Sisi praised the company's efforts to contribute to the optimal exploitation of Egypt's natural gas resources and its professional activities and international standards. President Sisi received the investment delegation participating in the Third Investment Conference for the Middle East and North Africa. The president affirmed Egypt's keenness to interact directly with investors, pointing out the facilities adopted by the government to encourage and support serious investments. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received President Salva Kiir of South Sudan. Sisi underlined Egypt's keenness to push forward bilateral cooperation in various fields. They also discussed bilateral cooperation frameworks. The president stressed in his speech during the joint press conference with Salva Kiir Egypt's keenness to support the stability and security of the people of South Sudan and to strengthen relations between the two countries at all levels. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received a telephone call from the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, on a number of issues of common concern, on top of which are ways to enhance joint cooperation and efforts to combat illegal immigration and terrorism. Sisi received the French Minister of Economy and Finance, Bruno Le Maire, and voiced out how Egypt appreciates relations with France, expressing his aspiration to pursue joint efforts to achieve an Egyptian-French quantum leap. Sisi met with the Prime Minister, Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, and Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Mait, to follow up implementing the Comprehensive Economic Reform Program and the financial performance indicators during the first half of the fiscal year 2018-2019. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received a telephone call from his French counterpart, Emmanuel Macron, where they discussed bilateral relations and means to enhance them at all levels. President Sisi inaugurated the Golden Jubilee exhibition for the Cairo International Book Fair, which is held for the first time at the Egyptian International Exhibition Center to mark its 50th anniversary. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi witnessed the celebration of the 67th Police Day, and he placed the wreath at the Police Martyrs Memorial at the Police Academy. President Sisi toured a number of construction sites in the new administrative capital, including the City of Arts and Culture and the new Opera House, where he was briefed on the operational position of these projects. The president also witnessed the celebration of the Noor Hayat initiative for the treatment and control of weakness and loss of vision, carried out by the Long Live Egypt Fund. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received his Sudanese counterpart, President Omar al-Bashir, on his arrival in Cairo on a one-day visit. The two presidents held a bilateral talks session aiming at strengthening relations and pursuing the march of cooperation between the two brotherly countries. During a joint press conference with al-Bashir, Sisi stressed that the meeting touched upon their joint projects, especially the electricity grid and the negotiations on Al-Nahda Dam. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and his wife met at Al-Ittihadiyya Palace with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron and his wife in their three-day visit to Egypt. During his meeting with President Macron, President Sisi stressed the political will and the mutual desire to push forward the strategic partnership between the two countries at all levels to achieve common interest. Following was a session of extensive discussions involving the two countries' delegations on a number of regional issues of mutual interest. During the joint press conference with President Macron, President Sisi explained that the French companies are welcomed in Egypt and that their maximized participation in the mega national projects and benefiting from the promising opportunities in the various sectors of the Egyptian economy are most cherished. The two presidents witnessed the signing of a number of agreements and memorandums of understanding in various sectors between the two countries. President Sisi then accompanied President Macron on a tour in the new administrative capital, including the City of Arts and Culture. President Sisi received the Secretary of the Russian Security Council, Nikolai Patrushev. During the meeting, the President praised the tireless Russian efforts to contribute to the comprehensive development process in Egypt. The meeting also touched on a number of regional issues.